Hi friends, this is Miss Rubino speaking, and today's video is going to be math practice. This video is going to match with the first week of your June packet. Today we're going to practice adding and subtracting all the way up to 20. Okay, our goal is I can add and subtract within 20. Okay, so before we talk about adding and subtraction, it's important to note the signs because this is what's going to help us with our first grade work, but also our second grade work and beyond. So we have a minus sign. Whoops. We have a minus sign, which just looks like a little dash. And minus is the sign for subtraction. So that's when we're going down this number line, right? Our number's getting smaller. And on the other side, we have plus sign, which looks like this. And this is for addition. So that's when the numbers are going up the number line. So again, for addition, think the numbers are going to get bigger. And this is the sign for addition. So you take two numbers and it's going to get bigger. So you're putting them together. Okay, now we have a bunch of different strategies we went over in the school year, but here's just a few. So there's drawing, right? You could draw out both parts and then put them together. There's your fingers, so you might tap your head and count on with your fingers. You might grab and count on in Sienna. And then we have our friends of 10. So this one we practiced a lot. So a lot of this just depends on you remembering those friends. We'll go over that as well. Okay, so first let's try our drawing strategy. So 7 plus 2 equals. Now we just went over a few different strategies we have. So I'm going to start with my drawing. I'm going to draw 7 circles since that's my first number. And whenever I see this sign, the plus sign, I need to add more. The next number tells me how many more. So 7 plus 2. And here's my 2. Nice. Now, when I'm adding, it's important that I don't waste time. So, what I'm going to do and what I suggest you do for your packet work as well at home is to start with the first number, but count on with the second. Let's see what that looks like. So I already know I have 7 here. I'm not going to waste my time recounting that. That's ridiculous. So I'm just going to say 7. Count on with the magic dots here. 8, 9. Now I know 7 and 2 more gives me 9. Okay, so don't forget when you're drawing, it's important too to make sure you have your 2 different colors if you can do that, or just give them some space so you can see your 2 numbers. That'll be helpful. But also remember, count on. Don't waste time. No need to recount. Awesome. So that's drawing. Our next strategy, we're going to try our fingers. So put your 2 hands up. Our problem today is 12 plus 4 equals. And we need to find the answer. Okay, we're starting at 12. So what I'm going to suggest is take one hand, put 12 in your head. Go ahead. 12. Whoop. Tap the top of your head. It's in your head. Ready? So 12, tap your head. Then hand down. 13, let's count on. 14, 15, 16. So every time I say a number, I am putting a finger up. So again, tap my head, 12. Take my hand now, 13, my thumb is up. 14, put a finger up. 15, put a finger up. And 16, put a finger up. Now, we have 4 fingers up. And we stopped at 16. 12 plus 4 equals 16. So again, you can use your fingers. You're either tapping, putting that first number in your head, or like my Sienna friends do, you can grab that first number and count on. That works too. Nice job. And then last for addition, we have our friends of 10. So this one, you really just got to practice these to remember. So these are when, friends of 10 is when we have 2 numbers that when we put them together will give us 10. So 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, and 5 plus 5. Which I know some of my friends are shouting, it's a double! You're right, it's a double. Good job. Okay, friends, so what's also cool is you can switch these parts. And that's what's cool about addition. It's when you have these 2 parts you're putting together, you can switch them and you'll still get the same answer. Now let's move on to subtraction. So when we're subtracting, we're taking away. So we already have our bigger number. We're taking away from that, and we're going to get a smaller answer or a smaller number than what we started with. And this is a sign that shows us that minus sign. So let's get started. So our strategies, I use some of the same ones. I know that we went over some more during the year, so if you remember others, feel free to use them when you're doing your own work. But here are some just for your memory. So draw, just like addition, but instead we're going to cross out. You can count down, and then we have, again, our friends of 10. So let's see. All right, so subtraction within 20, so drawing. Let's start with that method first. 9 minus 5 equals, we're looking for an answer. Now remember I said subtraction, so we're taking some away from this big number we start with. We're going to end up with something smaller. So to draw, I want to start off with that big number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. I have my 9 circles. I'm going to take away just what this sign means. 5. Let's see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Notice I'm crossing them out. I'm not drawing more circles. If you see this little dash here or this minus sign, I want you to think of it as the same little dash you'd use to cross out your circles. Think of that as your cross out line. Notice they kind of look the same. Okay? And we took away 5. Now the question is, what is left? So now you should be counting to see what's left here that I didn't cross out. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 9 minus 5 is 4. Nice job. All right, our next strategy is counting down. So this one might be a little trickier with your fingers, but you definitely could do it if you just remember to count down instead of counting on. So for this case, for this strategy, I'm using a number line. If you don't have a number line, there is a way to do it with your fingers, but let's just go over this strategy so you have it. So 13 minus 4 equals and we're looking for an answer here. I'm going to start at 13 on my number line. Remember, that first number is where you're going to start. It's always important to either draw that number or if you have a number line to find it. Okay, remember we're counting down, so that means I'm going to move 4 down, and I'm going to try to get closer to 0. So that means I'm going to go backwards, okay? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. Notice each time I land on a dot, and I don't start counting here. I start when I move. So this is 1, this is 2, move 3, move 4. Okay, what did we land on? That's right, we landed on 9. So 9 is our magical answer there. Nice job. And then last strategy we have for subtraction is our friends of 10. Again, so notice the friends of 10 for addition are still up here. Notice that plus sign. Well, another thing we could do is if we start with 10 and we take away one of those friends, we're always going to get the other friend of 10. So 10, I put up my 10 fingers and I put 1 down, or minus 1. I should have 9 fingers up. And it just so happens that works. Same thing for here. So 10 minus 2. If I take my 10 fingers, I put 2 down. That's if I don't know my friends of 10. I'm going to notice I have 8 fingers up. And look, that's that other friend of 10. All right, and which brings us to our superstar checklist. So if you practice with me today, awesome. Don't forget to finish up any packet work you have and to play on Epic and Zern. Also, we have Photo Fridays, so don't forget to take a picture of your packet or have your parents take a picture of your packet and to send it to your teacher. So with that being said, my friends, love you so, so much, and thank you for practicing with me today. Much love.